Hello everyone, this is Chris, and we recently just saw the announcement of the Caves and Cliffs update, improving the underground generation as well as the mountainous generation. And because the devs want to have as much feedback as possible for this update to make it as good as possible, I figured making this video just to tell you about some of the features / additions which I'd like to see to make this update even better. Now, let me just say before we start anything that we are just going off of what we know from Minecraft Live. Obviously, if you're going to watch this video in the future, there's definitely going to be more information coming out and other things, so take this video with that knowledge in mind. Now, from what we've seen at the show, these brand new caves can reach up to massive openings and other things like that, and the mountains can reach up to brand new heights. And that got me thinking, how much better would it be if the world height build generation would be much taller? Now, a lot of people think it should reached up to Y512, and I think that'd be a great place to start, but in case not, then we at least should have it raised at least a small bit. That way we can have even higher mountains, even better mountains, and not only that, we could probably even, at that point, raise the height of the overworld ground, because it spawns around 60 or something like that. But can you imagine if like you actually raised it? Now you might be wondering, okay, you might have those big jagged generation cliff things from chunks and stuff. Well, there is a way which you could make it smooth and make it generate and look pretty normal. We've seen that with Bedrock Edition before, so yeah, taller world generation I think is a good place to start. One feature that really came out of left field for me was the addition of the telescope, a brand new way to actually zoom in and see things. But if you look at it, it's really only one little circle area in which you could see, which is why I think there should be an enchantment which would allow you to actually increase that field of view. Now, I still think there should be that black hue around the outside, even with a high enchantment level, but still, I think you should be able to see just a little bit more with enchantments. In the Caves and Cliffs update, there's a brand new ore that's coming, known as copper, which, made in block form, can actually show the age of a world by it decaying. However, I think there should be some way to be able to revert it back into its normal orange state from its green state, because, you know, that orange block, that is a really unique colored block, but that might defeat the point of copper being copper. But I don't know, I think there should at least be some way, even if it's a really difficult way to do it. I still think there should be some way to do it. And another thing which I think you should be able to do is the ability to dispense stalactites and stalagmites from dispensers, mainly because that add the possibility for brand new types of traps which we haven't really seen before. Because a long time ago, I remember talk about them adding spikes, like a new redstone trap ability, and yeah, I think this would be the greatest thing to have that would be related to that. I think the thing that would make a cave update is the ability of adding new types of gear with new types of ores and stuff inside the game. Now, I kind of would understand it if they didn't do that, because we recently just got netherite gear, and yeah, netherite, the new best armor inside the game, and yeah, I would kind of understand if they didn't do it, but I'd also kind of like to see it. Because most of the main cave generation is being changed, I think some of the older types of structures we currently have should get some form of update. Now, I don't think it needs to be anything special, anything huge, but maybe a new type of thing you could find, maybe, I don't know, a new type of block in here, I don't know, just something different, maybe a new type of way it looks, I don't know, just some way to keep up with the trend of the new update. If there aren't a crazy amount of new types of ores to find inside of caves, then I definitely think there should be new types of stone variants, because we have the normal stone, we have the andesite, the granite, and the diorite, but there could be way many more types of stone variants. Marble is definitely one that comes to mind, but yeah, definitely improving and adding on to the already existing amount of stones would be something which builders would absolutely love to see. And even me, which I am not usually the best of builders, I would absolutely love seeing like new types of things to get until my my inventory clutters up again, and then I have to get loads and lots of bundles. But that's beside the point. I still think we should see new types of stone variants in the Caves and Cliffs update. But let's assume that copper is just one of many new types of ores that's coming in Caves and Cliffs. Then what I'd like to see with those new types of ores is more types of unique ore generation. For example, we only see the emerald ore generating inside of the mountains. I don't know if we would see them in the new mountains or not, but let's assume they still are. And yeah, I'd like to see way more types of things like this, where you need to look for a particular biome in order to find particular ores in order to make particular things. The big selling points of the mountain update, the snowier snow, is finally going to be added inside of mountains, or powdered snow as they call it. And one way I think it should operate is kind of like normal blocks and cobwebs, because with cobwebs you sort of just slowly fall into them, and with blocks you don't really fall into them. But if that was the case with this, then maybe it could have like sort of similar ways in which kind of traps can work, or with falling sand, because if you fall into sand, you do know you suffocate like this, and I think that'd be a really interesting type of thing. It'd be a very terrifying thing to see, but a really interesting thing nonetheless. And for the most part, that's pretty much all the main things which I think would make the cave update that much better. What do you think? Is there something which I should have mentioned but didn't? Is there something that you want to see in the cave update? Whatever it is, let me know down below in the comments. But other than that, that's pretty much all I have for you now. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you all later.